Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, I need that open. Today's a dangerous day. We've gone through friction, and now we're going to worry about the dangers of budgeting. Now we're going to worry about the dangers of budgeting. Very exciting. Cannot wait. See, budgeting comes with pluses and minuses, I think. My kind of personality, hard to be around. Wait, we forgot the board. Turn the board on. Yeah, buddy. My kind of, you can't see it anyways. My kind of personality, I should reposition that board for the next series. In case you are wondering, you have the flower girl, you have the analyst, the over-enthusiast, and the reluctant. Those are the 4 types of spenders. Different types of budgeters. Kind of figure out what kind of budgeter you are, what kind of saver. And now we're going to look at the danger of budgeting, because budgeting can be very dangerous to your health. Not your health, to your relationships or your sleep. If you're losing sleep over your money, you got a problem. You got to be able to do money without losing sleep, where you can put it away, forget about it, lock it in the drawer, and you're not going to see it till the next time you're coming back to it. So, it is disheartening to see your status the first time you do a budget. Let me tell you, you'll be like, I have a bad hair day and I finally have looked in the mirror. But you can fix it now that you know, which is very exciting. When you first get a glimpse of your budget, there are 3 things that happen. Well, a few things, but we'll talk about 3 of them. The first one is that you may feel like you got a raise, because it's very likely you did not know you made as much money as you do. The phrase could sound something like, I make that much money? Wow. Especially if you look at it throughout the whole year. Wow, I did not know I make that much money. Maybe they say it to you on your salary. You're paid in a yearly salary. It's just that you're kind of like, wait a sec, I make that much money? Wow. Especially every month. Second thing is you feel disheartened because the money you should have is not here. It's somewhere else. You spent it all without intention. The phrase will sound something like this: I spend that much money? That's correct. And let me tell you, you can always find that money that you spent somewhere in your receipts or your budget. Yay! Number 3, you recognize that you have control over your finances now that you have them all laid out in front of you. From this point on, you can make a difference. So, what should I do with my money? The answer is, buy emergency bacon. Take a moment to sit in the feeling that you have, whichever one it is, because it's likely the last time that you'll feel this. You'll want to remember this moment. If you don't have a budget yet, I have done the nitty-gritty work of creating one with all the formulas and categories and stuff like that. You're welcome to just duplicate the budget I have for yourself by using the link. And there's a practical application of your budget, and that depends on what kind of life you live, your beliefs, your ideologies, your desires, your goals. Go ahead and make that work for you. If you want help with it, happy to help you. Here's another danger of budgeting. Domination of your life. The budget can dominate your life. It can take over completely. Now, I want to think about my money, and then I want to not think about my money, and then come back to it at a time that I want to. I don't want it constantly barraging me. So set a timer, spend 15 minutes working at your budget, and then after that, put the budget away, go for a walk, maybe come back to it the next day. And this is because you cannot have the budget absolutely take over your life. In my marriage, I have been the dominator to the point where my wife feels like she can't do anything without it being about the budget, right? Like, can I just take a breath? Can I turn on a light bulb? Can I go for a walk without my shoes wearing? You know what I mean? Like, I ate 1 more granola bar. Is that a big deal? See, this was a mistake that I did not fix sooner. I should have changed my attitude about the budget. It caused a lot of tension, made it difficult, made it kind of like I'm doing this on my own. Painful, lonely. Spending money, trying to communicate effectively about it, that kind of thing happens to a lot of people. So, yeah, I'm going to tell myself, really ease up on trying to make it all work. As long as you're both on the same page, you don't necessarily have to be on the same page right now. You can get to the same page. So in every relationship there is a spender and a saver. Always. There's always someone that's more of a spender than the other. And in fact, in every relationship, one person is smarter than the other. No, honey, I don't remember where I parked the car. Oh, okay. So, spender and a saver. There's also a hyper-aware person who calculates everything, and someone who's less concerned. Again, look at the type of spender you are, type of budgeter you are, and think about where you fall into that. Are you the spender or the saver? Are you hyper-aware or are you less concerned with stuff, right? And that can be not just in money, it can be in life in general. So either of the four combinations can occur. You can be, this side, crossover, or you can be on this side, or crossover that way, or whatever. So when you're making a budget, the hyper-aware person should initiate creating a budget, making the budget, doing the budget for the month, inviting the less concerned individual to come and attend their budget presentation. Behold, I am presenting to you the budget. What would you like to do, right? At this point, the less concerned individual may throw a few arguments about whys, how muches, and what's. It's very possible that if you are the more concerned person, the hyper-aware person, that you're going to be bringing a budget and saying, here it is, just follow that. And that's a bad plan because you both have to decide what is the budget. If you're by yourself, then you got to be both of those people. You got to be the hyper-aware person and the less concerned person. You have to be the spender and the saver. But when you're in a relationship, you're able to do both. You're able to say, you can be the person spending, and I will be the person focused on saving, or whatever, right? But don't just slap a budget and expect that it's going to happen. You do want to agree on that. So bring the budget presentation. Say, what do you think? Does these numbers work for you? Anything that you want to do this month that we should budget for? And that's really what the budget is for, to give you freedom and ability to spend the money that you have. If this budget thing is going to happen, their life is going to be radically different now. And they deserve an explanation on why. So, if the less concerned individual wants to make the budget happen, but simply doesn't have the capacity to put together the budget, be a champion and take the lead in doing this. If you are not the less concerned person, but you don't really care, just do it for the less concerned person. It'll make them feel safe, secure. It'll make them feel like they can trust you. It'll give you options. Just be the champ. Do it. And if you are the hyper-aware person, it's very likely you're going to be doing this. If you're the less concerned person, please help us out. Care, like a little bit, just a little bit, would be so helpful. Imagine just zipping up your zipper for your pants in the morning. It's like, just care a little bit, please. It's kind of just a common sense thing. It really isn't that bad, Unless you got some trauma and you're dealing with money stuff. And we're going to talk about that somewhere else. But anyways, doing a budget is a service to your spouse, if you're married, and to your family, if you have a big family. Let's look at another danger of budgeting, the over-diversification with too many plans. Yikes. As soon as you have stuff all laid out there, it's like, wow, we can really see what's happening. Let's do this, and let's do that, and let's go on this trip, and let's save for that thing, and let's make that happen. And wow, we have so much money. Where has it all been going? What's wrong with us? And so, for all you eager beavers, the temptation may be to begin to try achieve way too many goals, right? So without committing to a solid plan, you're not going to make progress. Imagine saving $200 a month to one goal compared to saving $20 per goal for 10 goals every month. Over 10 months, you'll have $2,000 in one account, for our first example, but you only have $200 in each of your other accounts for the second example. If you find yourself in that position of having too many non-imperative diversified savings, consider consolidating these savings where you can. I do recommend prioritizing emergency bacon as a saving goal, but you just got to give it some breathing room and just let that idea really breathe and just say, how do we feel about this? It's been 4 times that we've sat down to this budget meeting. Thank you for coming to these budget meetings. What are you feeling about this? You know what? I don't know. I'm not really too into it. Not really. I just think everything's great. Nothing's really going wrong. Okay, great. But do you actually care? Do you want to do anything with our budget, our money? Do you want to, what's on your heart? What's your plan? What's something that you want to do this year? Well, I really like to go shopping. So, yeah. How about we develop a shopping savings fund for you so you can put a little bit of money in there and then you have money to go shopping. And we're not always scrambling every month trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? That's kind of that's what the conversation looks like. So, yeah, prioritizing what it is that's going to work for you guys or yourself just individually. Maybe your conversation literally is with yourself. I have that all the time. So, that will set you up really well for the future. And those are the dangers of budgeting. Very important to kind of be aware of what could happen. And so you don't want to spoil all of the newfound awesomeness. I am going to just say that if you're looking at the budget, you'll see there's a bunch of referral code stuff in there. Wealthsimple is the financial institution of choice. They are offering referral bonuses, which means if you use the referral code, go to the website, use that referral code, just click the link. Obviously, it's the easiest thing. And it won't be any different. You would just sign up the same way. It's just that it gets you a little bit extra money if you use the referral code, and it gets me a little bit extra money if you use the referral code. And it is the more that you put in, the more the bonus is. So I think there's a certain time limit that you do it in. Don't rush it. Just put in whatever you want to put in, and then that will give the bonuses. And that's the only thing that I ask out of doing these videos. I'm not saying, hey, you got to pay for these videos. It's free videos. Yay, woohoo! And that would just be a win-win for both of us. So I really do believe they are doing the best job bank-wise, even though they're not a bank. Some of you out there thinking not a bank. It's not a bank. But banking has kind of reached a stall. It's kind of reached a dead end a little bit. It's why are we paying fees for our accounts? I was kind of just talking to someone and they're like, I don't want to open another account because it charges me a fee. And I was like, why would you pay a fee just to have an account? Someone is just, they're doing the business model wrong. And the business model has definitely changed. So, yeah, explore Wealthsimple. Give it a try. If you're transferring accounts in, they're covering those fees. Last time I checked, so just double check that they covered the fees that it took to transfer an investment account, to transfer, just investment accounts. I don't think they covered just anything else. And then they just gave you a lot of interest on your cash. Your cash is gaining interest every year. It changes over time, just based on how the economy has changed, what the interest rate changes to. So it's a big factor in it. And so yeah, things start steamrolling, right? So highly recommend, and lots of bonuses that they do. They like to do giveaways. But we are doing this mainly because I care about money, and I want you to be able to be successful. Let's go.